Made daily with organic, farm to table, localized, neuralized, sterilized, Scotch guarded for 2020 repellent, available online, shipped via Amazon, not available on Sundays, broken pencil logic. You stay classy, internet. I'm Suave Burgundy.
Somehow, some way, I'm gonna get this shit together.
Welcome to boy. You was almost there too. It was right on the precipice of greatness.
I forgot one piece of pre-production.
You Damien Sandow, the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Man, I forgot one piece of pre-production, and I figured I could get it done in like the 8 seconds that it takes for the intro to go through.
See, that's it. With years, go ahead.
Yeah, let the record reflect that will, I'll just leave shit alone from now on.
What it is that we have been doing stuff like this for so long at such an expert level, we actually crave the challenge. So we'll take on doing stuff that should not be possible. We have a better than 70% success rate, and now all of a sudden, we going overboard. Like, no, just go ahead and do what you know how to do before it's time to do it.
It's always until it's
like, I need such and such instrumental. Let me download it 2 minutes before it's supposed to be on.
Let me play that. Then next thing you don't hear is booty butt cheek, booty butt.
Exactly. Something mislabeled, and now the producer tag is still on there. Listen to this track.
First I tell him trapper down at me, okay?
Exactly, because you did not give yourself enough time to properly vet the content.
Oh man, I am Wood.
I'm Suave Burgundy. You heard the intro.
This is. Let me back up. Today's date, Halloween, you bitch. Yeah, my lord.
Yeah, my lord.
I said, yeah, my lord.
Yeah, my lord. 20
and 20, 4 for 4. I got to come up with, I already got it for next year too. Bam. Just that fast.
Cool. Alert me to that after show. Would you like fries with that, sir? No. Can I have apple chips? You went from apple slices to apple chips? Yeah,
I'll take either one, but I'm going somewhere with this. So no to the fries, but give me the apple derivative of my choice.
Sauce for your nuggets, pause.
It's Halloween. I need caramel and or chocolate. We big backing it today. Let the church say.
Would you like to try our new ghost pepper chicken sandwich?
Ooh. Do you have that in a small? Yeah, throw one in the bag. Throw one in the bag. I'll tell you how it is.
Put the fries in the bag, bro.
Throw it in there. Let the church say.
Hey, man.
Now, so I don't mess this up like I've done everything else so far this show. I believe it's time we play a game.
Hey.
You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. Just say that bitch again. I know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. We say that bitch again. I want 1, 2, 3. Get your tail out. I want 1, 2, 3. Get the fuck on. 1, 2, 3. Get your tail out. I want 1, 2, 3. Get the fuck on.
It's okay for me to swerve while I drive because the producer of that track is from Seattle.
The broken.
See, you should have let that trigger play.
It's never too late.
The Broken Pencil Booking Company, a pro wrestling podcast infused with hip hop, available on all streaming platforms.
There we go. There.
see pre-production. Go ahead and do that one too when you do what else you're talking about.
Yes, sir. All right. Another episode of You Know Who Ain't Gonna Win. This year's You Know Who Ain't Gonna Win, or this month's You Know Who Ain't. This month we be doing 2 or 3 of these a month. So let me just back up.
Yeah, look, this episode of You Know Who Ain't Gonna Win has been brought to you by
Serwin Vega Pro Audio, at Los Angeles, California, SerwinVega.com. Henry Gary, what up? We got you.
Yeah.
As every show is, as you see, right there. It's right at the. Yeah. There it is.
Oops.
You know who ain't gonna win? WWE Crown Foo. We always call it Crown Foo. There's reasons why we call it Crown Foo.
Always have, always will.
Yep, and it won't change until things change, and things won't change before things change. So Crown Foo
seem like they're getting worse. Not gonna lie to you. Shout out to Montez Ford. That's all I'm gonna say.
Boy.
Come on, Tez. Tell them what they need to know, bro. It's bad.
If he ends up in AEW by Revolution, I'm not surprised.
Nah.
Not trying to throw anything out there, but the activities that he's doing, not to say it's not warranted.
I mean, it's warranted, and to me, I don't feel like it's punishable. I feel like because of the era that the head guy in charge came from, that's a reason that you should get an opportunity. That's
anything is punishable.
Of course, I know this. You know, anything's punishable when the assailant looks a certain way. However, that's activity that would have got Steve Austin over. Steve Austin did the same thing in ECW. He just did it at a card table.
Mm-hmm.
In the back. He spoke his mind. He said how he felt.
But he was also told to do that too by the person who was cutting the checks.
Made him more. It showed a different side of him that also made him more acceptable / marketable.
There's that.
There's two sides to this coin.
Now I'm gonna need your help with this too on this card, right?
Shoot.
So we'll go through the matches. As of right now, there are 6 matches on this card. We'll go through them in our usual way, but something tells me we're going to get either a tease for Survivor Series, or we may get a free match that's not that we won't talk about, or 2 come Crown Foo. The one thing I do love about Crown Foo, my crown got jewels in it, my bag got tools in it. Yeah, bars. One thing that we'll get into that here in a minute. Let's run through some matches real quick. 6 of them. What I need your help with, Suave, I need to find out if these matches have stipulations. It's the only thing I care about.
I don't believe so. I watched the same weekly TV you have, and I didn't hear anything special get said.
All right, so we'll start off with this one then. Boom. This is going to be Seth Rollins versus, I just want to call him Jonah Rock because he's doing Jonah Rock things. Bronson Reed.
Bam Bam Bronson Reed.
Bam Bam Bronson.
I don't know why they're missing this. It's right in front of them.
Every Bam Bam before him, Bigelow, Gordy, Brody, Bundy. Every Bam Bam before him had this kind of attitude, and he is by far the most violent of all of those, outside of Brody.
Like that's all you could come up with was big Bronson Reed. Like, good God,
that's Vince's minimalism. That's all that is.
But it's continued in the afterlife of Vince.
So
you could say big bad Bronson Reed. Like, don't just say big. Like, I hate that.
Yeah, it seems mad weak.
Drop it down just a taste.
Oh yeah. So who ain't gonna win, Suave?
Man, listen. I'm just gonna pick with my heart because my head says something different. Pause. My head says that Seth Rollins will come out victorious because Seth Rollins is the chosen. Whatever. Seth Rollins ain't gonna win.
I'm right there with you. I agree. Seth Rollins ain't gonna win.
We need to be contributing to building stars. I don't think you built Bronson Reed for weeks and weeks on end, minus a COVID sidelining, to just bring him to Crown Jewel and beat him.
I wouldn't necessarily say just building stars. In his case, building a true, like calling Braun Strowman a monster, like that was relevant 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, because he was dog walking Roman Reigns at the time.
Yep.
Roman was gracious enough to play along with that. We get these hands off of that, off the strength of that. But
and where are we now? Like, the best thing Braun Strowman could do is join a tag team with Bronson Reed, but that doesn't do anything to help Bronson Reed.
No. I feel like we're almost at a point where Braun Strowman is like hovering in Omos territory as far as attraction, or he needs to be like the heavy for a smaller heel that can talk that talk.
That's not only true. That's something like that needs to happen before he becomes Big Show.
Boy,
the last 5 years, the last 5 years of Big Show's run had more heel turns than he had matches.
Like, you're heading towards Big Show territory with none of the title reigns.
That part. All right, next up, I call this women's tag team hell. It's a fatal 4-way women's tag team match that features Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend versus Io Sky and Kairi Sane versus Piper Niven and Chelsea Green versus our champions, the Cocoa Butter Combat Club. Suave, who ain't gonna win?
Anybody not named the Cocoa Butter Combat Club. I'm not here to do this.
Thank you for coming. It's been fun.
I will say the outfits in this match will be phenomenal.
We talked about it after the first time that women were allowed to wrestle at Crown Foo.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how long we've been around for you newcomers. And even before that too.
But actually look better fully clothed.
There's so much more to the imagination that is left when you see arm to ankle and neck coverings.
You appreciate curvature, body, but just period. Like, you
appreciate fashion. There's levels to the appreciation.
You feel less like a creep watching a woman's match and appreciating the athleticism because it's not a bra and panty show.
It's a real, in their real matches. They have yet to have a bad women's match over in Crown Foo.
I wouldn't commit to that statement. There's been a lot of Crown Fools.
Even what's your girl? Natalia had a match over there that people were trying to doubt. But if you go back and look at it, Natalia wrestled her kind of match over there.
I mean, let's keep it G. Natalia doesn't really have bad matches. It's
that part.
It's whether or not you're invested in the match, but the actual mechanics aren't bad when she's involved.
There we go.
That's just keeping it G. But go ahead.
All right, next up, for the United States Championship, your champion, dummy, LA Knight, taking on Andrade, taking on Timothy McVeigh.
Him Duncan.
Hacksaw him Duggan.
him Kelly.
Himmy Superfly Snooker.
Him the two-man Taylor.
Let's see here. Let's see here. Him Robbins.
Him Thug.
Say what? Him Jim. Slim him. Carmelo Hayes, man. Suave ain't gonna win.
Anybody not named LA Knight? I don't think it's time to get the title off him just yet. Even though I don't really have any reason to keep him as champion, but
that's exactly what I was going to say. There's no reason to keep him as champion because this run was tainted by the fact that the only reason, and not really the only reason, I think him getting a title was too late for him. Like, I think the window closed and he got the title after the window closed.
I won't say it's after the window. I'll say look, and people are going to be mad. There's going to be a group of people who are upset.
Yep.
When The Rock returned to television, his value level dropped a little bit because of the fact he's heavily influenced by that era. Still, not the reason that this run hasn't been successful, but yes, his stock dropped a little bit. So him being world champion dropped more to like secondary title.
Beating Logan Paul and Logan Paul being punished into losing to LA Knight. It just made for bad. It made for bad TV. And granted, Andrade and Carmelo have been doing phenomenal matches. Like this is a great ass best of 7 series that they're doing. The biggest black eye on that best of 7 series has been LA Knight.
Here's the problem. You didn't have creative in mind for LA Knight after he became champion. It's the same reason that best of 7 series is great matches, but no one actually cares unless you watch the matches specifically for them. There's no additional story to make you care. Now, I get it. With 2 guys that can wrestle, the story is the fact that they're wrestling for an opportunity at a championship. Agreed. However, with 28 hours of worth of weekly television, some stuff just ain't going to get seen. So unless you are watching SmackDown for the wrestling, which most people, to be honest, don't, you're going to miss that. It's going to be lost on you. But the fact that you have left LA Knight out here to swim for himself for the last, 4 or 5, almost 6 months, and you haven't put anything into the storytelling, you haven't given him real creative. He hasn't even had a real feud since Logan Paul. He's had 2 other people start a feud for an opportunity to wrestle him. What has he been doing?
And that feud ended almost 3 months to the day ago at SummerSlam.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's what we always say. Once you beat a champion, what do you have for them to do? What's next? What's next? Like, he's suffering from the same thing Cody's suffering from. Well, not even the same thing Cody's suffering from, because Cody has a story. It's just slow burning. What does
so Cody's side mission after winning the belt was him chasing opponents. Why does the champion need to chase opponents?
Exactly why I didn't need that. I did not need it. No one wants. No, that doesn't make sense in this era. Chasing more work when you're already getting paid for what?
As much as I would like to see,
it gives pick me.
As much as I would like to see either Andrade or Carmelo win the match, the fact that we're at this match for the title in the 3-way overseas, before in the middle of a best of 7 series that's tied, there's no reason for LA Knight to lose this match. Anybody not named LA Knight is going to not win.
We're unanimous on this. LA Knight. Now
I hate it too. I hate that's where we're at.
Who's the next challenger for LA Knight though? Like, who's the next match?
It's the next challenger for LA Knight will only be the winner from Andrade and Carmelo. I don't think it can be anybody else at this moment.
To which I would say is probably going to be Carmelo, which means Carmelo's going to end up winning at some point, probably before WrestleMania. But then what?
If by chance, if by some strange stroke of luck, we get Ricky Starks in WWE before the end of the year,
he'll be in NXT and it won't matter.
That part too.
And it has nothing to do with Ricky and his talent or his ability.
We know Ricky's talent and ability. Hell, we watched him grow in less than 3 years in AEW. And we mean grow.
Now that NXT is on national television, they need certain aspects to continue to pull a number. He has a cool factor that will translate in NXT that will add something to some of the other foolishness that we get from NXT. And you want to tell the people how you made me watch like 10 minutes of worth of NXT the other day?
Sorry.
Man, say I as viewers of the show know, I ain't fooling with that. Ever since they switched over to the Skittle and tried to switch back, I'm like, good. Y'all can have Nickelodeon. I'm good. I'll keep up. I'll read up on whoever. I'll check my clips, but I'm not putting 2 hours of my day into watching, Walt Disney World Championship Wrestling. I'm good. I'm good. I don't care how you try to turn this into I know what you're trying to turn it into by putting a lot of young, talented women on television. I get it.
A lot all of the young.
A lot. Putting a lot.
I've never seen such an egregious display of women on television as I saw in this past Tuesday's episode of NXT. But please continue your story because I need to apologize to you.
Yeah, if I was 17, it'd be appointment television because it's eye candy everywhere. Everywhere. You can get diabetes watching that much eye candy.
Diabetes.
Oh, bro. But and just the Trick Williams Kirk Franklin remix just really pushed me all the way away because I was starting to like get to a point. It's like, all right, I'll watch, I'll see what's going on. I might tune in for an episode. And then I saw that video online and I was cringe embarrassed.
Getting Deacon Devon,
Bruh.
or Reverend Devon, that's great.
Why do you have to go on for like 4 minutes though? Like you could have just got one verse off and been done. Like you had to do the whole song.
Dog. A tricky whooping? A tricky? No one ever said they want a tricky whooping.
Who wrote this, bro? Like you could.
I was really hoping that we could get God's property, or at the very least, Kirk Franklin to do a cease and desist, so that way it just gets.
Oh no, he greenlit that. He'll probably be at the next pay-per-view or PLE.
And in which case, missed opportunity because we've had the New Day for 10 years now, and we haven't seen them on there once.
Look, that just means somebody potentially younger is in the room, or
maybe Big E's in the room,
or Trick suggested that himself.
Considering where he's from, he probably suggested that himself.
Either way, I was cringe embarrassed.
that is by far, for his age, that is old school that his mother would appreciate because his mother's from our era.
And for that reason, I shan't be watching anytime soon.
All right, moving on.
Did you apologize though?
Oh, I'm sorry. Suave, Mr. Burgundy, Sahab, tag team partner, artist,
philanthropist,
Mayor, Mr. Mayor. I don't know what else to tell you. I tried to get you to watch something that I thought had a leg on it. The leg was broken before you changed the channel, and you saw the leg fall off of the hip while you were watching. I never want you to watch a film or anything in live time again that interrupts you from watching Dallas franchise sports.
Oh my God. The fact that the Mavericks were on saved you from such a much worse fate. Thank you, Luka. Thank you, Hampton Terrace, Klay Thompson. Thank you, Keyston Pope, Kyrie, and Ledbetter Luka beating the Minnesota Timberwolves the other night. That's what saved this from being a far worse segment.
I really need you to strong arm them in traffic one day and just give them their flowers and get the shout outs for them being inducted into the instant Oak Cliff Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to work it out. I got some stuff to cook up. Just everybody stay tuned. Be cool.
Before we get into the Crown Foo Championship matches, yes, there is a Crown Foo Championship that's being determined for the first time. But we have this.
Oh, so this is official.
Just announced. Okay. We have OG Bloodline, and of course we get the backstory from Roman on Friday on SmackDown. But just announced we have Jimmy and Jey Uso and Roman Reigns, your tribal chief. This is your daily acknowledgement.
You can't see my finger up, but it's up.
It is always up.
Pause. Taking
on Solo Sikoa's Bloodline. And I don't know if this is a 6-man tag or if it's going to be an 8-man tag. If they're smart, it would be a 6-man tag, and Solo needs to be nowhere near this. It needs to be the twins and Jacob Fatu, or not the twins, the
ain't no way.
Tangaloa and Jacob Fatu.
Ain't no way. You getting Tama, Jacob, and Solo.
Okay, I'll take that too. Either way,
they would never trust. They would never trust Tonga in this position. we making jokes with Tonga, but it's all jokes, it's all love. But yeah, they would never trust.
And what's crazy is he's the only one here with previous WWE experience.
I know. No one cares. Absolutely no one cares. I would love it if he got in there and just like was on some ring general stuff. It would be the funniest thing ever because people would have to eat their words. But what's that movie Martin was in where he's like, they left it unlocked? No, they would never do that.
Blue Streak?
Yes. Mucho el gato los pantalones. Yes, that's.
Oh boy.
They would never do that. Yeah. Tonga Loa, under no circumstances, will be left to his own devices for quite some time.
Oh boy. And yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We are missing the match.
Are we?
That's my fault. Yep, we are. Let's back up though. Who ain't gonna win is the question.
Bloodline OG ain't gonna win.
Bet.
Because you got to set up war games.
You got to set up war games, and you don't do that in a happy manner.
Right. So Sammy will be involved in some respect. Here's something interesting because I had this brought up and I came up with this idea the other day. Bear with me. So I say Sammy gets involved and it's a happy accident. Like he's there, but he's not really on anybody's side yet, but his involvement leads to someone getting pinned to where you have this whole combustible situation where OG Bloodline reconciles with Sammy and then he ends up being the fourth guy.
Which I absolutely
we've
talked about the forcing of this.
Yes, it's forced. You knew they were going to gentrify this some way, somehow. They have gentrified the Bloodline storyline by forcing Sami Zayn back into that position. However, I'll take that over putting Cody in that position. Thank you. You just happen to have run out of recognizable TV-ready entrants to put into that story. The only person you're going to you could put in there would be The Rock, and The Rock is going to be revealed to be the mastermind of 2.0.
Do we see The Rock in Crown Foo?
Maybe. I mean, it depends on how much they spent for the match. I mean,
obviously
this match they probably dropped a nice bag, so I can't say Rock won't be there.
I'm about to say after not the next match we're going to bring up, but because actually it is 7 matches. I did forget one, but we'll get to that one next. The one I forgot. But
okay, go ahead.
But when we get into the Crown Jewel Championship matches, you'll understand how much money is on the table. So I don't think that's going to be an object whatsoever.
So peep this about the whole Bloodline situation. I won't go into great detail, but there's an opportunity here, and because of who's in charge of the creative, this actually very well could happen. Just think Sting, War Games 97. Substitute Sting for Sami Zayn. Plays out over the next 5 weeks. There'll be a misunderstanding at Crown Jewel. There'll be some situation where it looks like a Sami Zayn-esque person has turned on the OG Bloodline, only to find out, boom, bam. That would give Sammy an opportunity to morph into another version of himself.
Another version. Yep. Okay. All right. That remains to be seen, but I'm here to watch it. So let's figure it out. The match I forgot. I don't think there's any stipulations on this, but there should be, considering what the history is. But the attitude adjustment match: Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Suave, who ain't gonna win? And I'm in agreement with you that OG Bloodline will not win.
This one's sort of difficult, only because like Kevin is potentially coming to the end of his WWE days. But the story, okay, put it like this. The story says Randy Orton ain't gonna win. The circumstances say Kevin Owens ain't gonna win.
All true.
I'm gonna say, for the sake of what's being built, Randy Orton ain't gonna win.
I'm also gonna say Randy Orton ain't gonna win. Sorry, Jay.
And you get an injury angle, like there, because with Triple H bringing up the fact that Randy's, coming,
back.
Yeah, his back. I think they're gonna do something with it
His
Maybe like
back is broken.
an apron power bomb, and then a spinal. Thank you, Mike Tyson, for everything.
Yeah, a pop-up apron power bomb.
My God, no, not at 290. Or it ain't getting popped up at 290. Keep it.
KO going out the same way he came in is a Kevin Steen thing. And we're getting a lot more Kevin Steen than we have been seeing lately than we have been seeing Kevin Owens.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll give you pop-up apron power bomb only because later in another match you'll get a pop-up, but it turns into an RKO.
That's going to be KO's last match, which will probably be whatever the first pay-per-view is in January. If they have, because I think they have one beginning of January that's not Royal Rumble, which is at the end.
They still doing day ones?
It's just me, Oos. I don't know if there's. I want to say that there is. Well, no, they can't be because January 6th is the first Raw. So yeah, there can't be one unless there's one January the 5th.
There's SmackDown, guys. I was gonna say it could have happened there. I mean, January 6th could be a super show.
It's going to be a super show.
I mean, it could be a superly booked show, but I'm just saying, like, all hands could be on deck for that just because it's Netflix.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I got Orton not winning.
I'm with you.
All right. So the Crown Jewel Championship, this gem right here,
the $3.9 million championship belt,
the 50 carats of jewels.
This is the belt that's supposed to rescue Walter out of poverty.
Walter is still on an NXT-esque contract.
I don't believe that, but go ahead.
I don't either. There have been they have to be adjustments when you're carrying the belt that matters.
He'd been there. He would have had to re-up by now.
Yeah, so this belt is on the line for not just the men, but also for the women. And I'm sure they don't get to keep this bad boy, because if they did, well, the E ain't paying for this one, or TKO Holdings ain't paying for this one. However, the belt is dope. It's fire. I will say the design is very, very ill. And so our first match, we'll go ahead, since we've been talking about Cody, let's go ahead and get him out the way. Cody Rhodes versus Walter in our house for the first ever men's Crown Jewel Championship. Suave, who ain't gonna win?
Cody ain't gonna win.
I'm with you. Cody ain't gonna win. If there's ever a time to get a loss on Cody, it's now, when he's not losing anything.
Exactly.
And it's going to be, I don't know if he's gonna go to sleep or if he's just gonna get folded up like an accordion. Either way, he ain't gonna win. Last crown, or the last event that wasn't Crown Foo, but the last event that was in Saudi Arabia that Cody had a match in was against Brock Lesnar, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, maybe. So, okay, this is where I'm like, there should be a story involved. That way you would be setting up Cody's next challenger. Whoever Cody had been beefing with would be the reason that he ends up getting put to sleep, because I don't think even though Walter would deserve a pinfall win, that's not how games are played in Stanford. There's some cause and effect. You have to be able to come back and do this again. Mm-hmm. So if Cody's going to lose, it's going to be some shade involved around it. If you had his next challenger lined up, that's where you would insert that person. Pause.
What's crazy is the shade that's going to be inserted is the shade that we don't want to see.
Man, listen. Please, bruh.
Cody's going to be forgiving only because, him and his dad was friends. I'm not going to even mention his name because if I say it 3 times, I'm sure he'll pop up.
Like Beetlejuice.
Man.
So look, okay, in that situation, yeah, I see Walter getting the dub, probably via like a choke out, something similar. Then during the post match, that's where your aforementioned guy shows up, has like a quick
allergies, man. Excuse me.
Exactly. You get something in the 60-second range where Walter takes a phantom pin, and that's how you end up in Survivor Series.
Survivor Series is actually going to be like, I mean, I don't think we haven't had any like any.
We got like just a shade under or shade over 5 weeks till Survivor Series.
No, it's like, oh, it's 5 weeks, 4 weeks this coming Sunday. Yeah, 4 weeks this Sunday. So yeah, that crowd, I think that card is going to be very well rounded for it, especially for the timing in the month, like the last Sunday of the month. That's going to be a really good card for that time. And shouts out to Saturday Afternoon Wrestling on this one too. Like, you know, I'm a fan of Saturday Afternoon Wrestling. 1 p.m. Eastern time, 12 noon Central, which means 10 a.m. Pacific time for this one here. And then a final match that we have here for the Crown Jewel Championship, which will be the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. Your Women's Champion, Nia Jax, taking on your WWE Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan. Suave, who ain't going to win?
Liv Morgan ain't gonna win.
You know what's wild? Not only do I think Liv Morgan ain't gonna win, I also think Liv Morgan is walking away from Crown Jewel empty-handed.
That part's wishful thinking. I just feel like because Liv Morgan and Raquel just jumped on Rhea Ripley this past week, so I feel like there's some get back coming for that, and that'll be the reason that
with a broken orbital socket angle in tow.
You see what I'm saying? So now you're gonna put a face mask on Rhea Ripley. Like, how is that hustling backwards?
Wait a minute. One of Rhea Ripley's signature moves is a standing leaning headbutt.
So I guarantee you that'll come up.
Oh boy. Just wait till next week. We got action to talk about next week.
But I ain't gonna care with you. Putting a mask on Rhea Ripley is hustling backwards. That you are stepping on the pack with that.
Running a track meet, huh?
You were stepping on the dope with that. What is wrong with you?
We got a lot of stuff to discuss on the next show. We will recap Crown Foo. We may even do a who ain't gonna win for AEW, and we'll at the very least talk about the matches for Full Gear. I told you I'm out on AEW pay-per-views for the rest of the year after that fiasco with the last one.
Maybe they'll get it together for this next one.
Maybe we'll find out haphazardly or in post haste, but in real time, not so much. Rest in peace, super producer DJ Clark Kent.
Sneaker aficionado.
Sneakerhead, MC Light 10% Disc, Junior Mafia Players Anthem, Troop Spread My Wings and Fly Away. Like, look up the resume. Those are three. So the reason I brought up those three songs is that those are probably three songs that you did not know that he produced, and he had his hands in them. And there's even more than that. He had a song with Mariah Carey that charted bigger than any of those three as well. So think about that. Just a tremendous blow to hip hop. Very respected. No one ever said a bad word about him. Just a tremendous loss to the culture. So if you do nothing, run up the numbers like we actually do for everybody else. Next week, just know we got a loaded show next week. Suave. Actually, hold on, because I haven't done this yet either. Show at BrokenPistolBC.com, BrokenPistolBC@gmail.com. It's at BrokenPistolBC on all things social. At BrokenPistolBC on what?
Everything. And everything.
It's literally right here. I don't know why I keep saying it. I put it here for a reason.
The people need to hear it. It gets the people going. It's provocative.
See if there's any more housekeeping. Nope. Swap them to the house.
Pencil pushers. Like, rate, share, subscribe. Tell a friend. Tell that friend to tell a friend. And then tell
that friend again.
Heads up. Pencils down. Bing bong.
Whole lot of fucking gang shit.